Hello, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I'm going to show you another lovely, lacy, and quite simple stitch called the Couquette stitch. Very, very simple, and it's only a 4-row repeat, and you know I'm going to do the repeats with you because I love to go that extra mile. You guys are so worth it. I love it. All right. And so for this piece, I used some Red Heart Super Saver in the colorway of Pale Plum. So lovely. And I used a size I 5.5 millimeter hook. And I'm going to be using some more Red Heart Super Saver for this tutorial, which is in Carrot, I believe. And yeah, it's really simple. This would make a lovely scarf, a lovely blanket, a throw, what have you. And so, without further ado, let's get started. All right, so I've got my yarn here, my worsted weight yarn, and I've got my 5.5 millimeter hook. So of course, we need to start with our obligatory slip knot. Nothing new there, right? And we need a multiple of 10 stitches plus an additional 4 stitches. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to do a total of 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Now, of course, you can make this as wide or as narrow as you want to. Just be sure that you need a multiple of 10 and then add an additional 4 chains at the end. Okay? So when you have the width of your piece, that however wide you want it, go for it. Meet back up with me and we'll start with row 1. Alrighty. Alrighty, row 1. So for row 1, we need to do 7 double crochets into the 9th chain from the hook. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now what you can do is you can go underneath that top loop, you can go underneath the back loop, or you can go underneath both loops, underneath the V. Me, personally, I'm just going to go underneath that top loop right there. Whatever works for you, to obtain the edge that you're going for, by all means, go for it. For me, I'm just going to go into that top loop, and we need 7. So that's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all into that same stitch right there. Okay, then we chain 1 and we skip the next 4 chains. So that would be 1, 2, 3, and 4, going into that 5th with a double crochet. Like so. Chain 1 again. Skip the next 4 chains. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, going into that 5th with another 7 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And if you've counted correctly, you should end with a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yep, I did. Woohoo! All right, So after doing your 7 double crochets, chain 1, and then double crochet into that last chain to finish row 1. Like so. And that is the end of row 1. Alrighty. Alrighty, row 2. So for row 2, we're going to start by chaining up 4, which is going to count as a double crochet and a chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn your work. And then into this first double crochet, we need to do a double crochet stitch. So technically speaking, we have a double crochet, a chain 1, and a double crochet all into this same spot right there. All right. Then what we need to do is chain 1. It's always a chain 1 space. So then we're going to skip the first 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and into the next 3 stitches, the next 3 double crochets, we're doing double crochets. That's 1 and 2 and 3. Chain 1. All right, so now into this lonely little double crochet right there, right here, we do a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, all into that same stitch. So that's double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. Creates a new loop. All right. Chain 1, skip the first 2 double crochets. So that's that one, going into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th with double crochets. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1. All right, now here, it's a little bit tricky, but we can do this. All right, so what we need to do is into the last double crochet, we need to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So how we do that is, so we have our last double crochet here, then we have a chain 1, then we go into the next one, because we need that chain 1 space. So we got our chain 1 right here, so into that next one, right there. Hope that makes sense. So we've got a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into that chain. Like so. Give you a bit of a close-up there. So you want that chain 1 space, just like we had over on this side, okay? So that's the end of row 2. All right, row 3. So to begin row 3, we start by chaining up 3. 1, 2, and 3. Turn the work. And into this first chain 1 space, 3 double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. So technically we have a total of 4 double crochets at the beginning here. Chain 1, skipping over this chain 1 space, and we're going to go right into this middle double crochet right here with just 1 double crochet. Like so. Chain 1. Now into this space, this chain 3 space, 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, chain 1, double crochet into the second double crochet out of this 3, chain 1. Now into this last space right here, 3 double crochets. You could do 4, but I like to do 3 double crochets and then a double crochet into the top of the chained up double crochet. See, technically you could do a 4th right into there, but personally I think it looks just a tad neater if you do a double crochet into the 3rd chain. So that's 1, 2, and 3. So right into here, I'm going to do a double crochet right in there. And that makes our 4 double crochets on this side. It sort of locks it into place a little bit nicer. All right, and that's the end of row 3. Alrighty. All right, row 4. So for row 4, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work, and not into this first double crochet, but into the second double crochet. We do a double. All right. Chain 1. Then going into this double crochet, just like we did down here, onto that single double crochet right down there, I'm going to do the same thing. So into this double crochet, we need to do a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet all into that same stitch. So we've got a double, chain 3, and another double crochet, because we need to create another loop where we can work another 7 double crochets, just like we did down here. All right, so we have our loop there. So chain 1. Then again, we have to skip the first 2 double crochets out of the 7, going into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th with double crochets. That's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, going into this single, lonely, solitary double crochet. Gonna give him some company, so double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet. All right, chain 1. All right, now because at the beginning we had 2 double crochets, well, we have to end with 2 double crochets. So into the 3rd, 1, 2, and 3, the 3rd double crochet and the last chaining up, we need double crochets. So skipping these first 2, going into the 3rd with a double, and then into the 3rd chain from the bottom at the last right here, we do another double crochet. Like so. You see? And that is the end of row 4. So pretty. I love it. Absolutely love it. Alrighty. Row 5. So for row 5, start by chaining up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn the work. And we're going to dive right in to our chain 3 space with 7 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain 1. By the way, the chain 4 that we did on this side counts as a double crochet in chain 1, just like we had in the very, very, very beginning. All right, so we did our 7 and then a chaining of 1, then into the middle double crochet right here, double crochet, chain 1, and into this chain 3 space, 7 double crochets once again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, chain 1, and last but not least, into this last double crochet, this chaining up. So it's 1, 2, and 3. The third chain from the bottom, we do a double crochet. Da 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 da. And that's the end of row 5. Me personally, I would end on a row 5 because I love the fan, the look of the fan, very, very much so. Well, now we're going to do a repeat because I love to be thorough for you guys. So we're going to do a repeat, which the repeat is rows 2 through 5. All right, so we're going to get on to that and make this swatch even more so. Alrighty, be right back. Alrighty, so row 2 for the repeat. I'm going to start by chaining up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn the work. And so what we need to do is we need to do a double crochet into the first double crochet once again. So that's this one right here. So that counts as a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet at the very, very beginning of row 2. Chain 1. Skip the first 2 double crochets going to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th double of the 7 grouping. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. Chain 1. All right, so we have our lonely little double crochet that needs some friends. So going in with a double, chaining of 3, and another double. So that's double, 1, 2, and 3 chains, and another double. Chain 1. Skip those first 2 doubles, going to the 3rd, 4th, and 5th again with doubles. That's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1. And then last but not least, all right, so we have our double, then we have a chain 1 space. So then going into that next one, or the 3rd from the bottom, either way you get there is perfectly fine. So double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into that same chain. Like so. And that's the end of row 2. So you can see how it's repeating itself. This space right here, we just created right here. Okay, now I know that it's a little bit tricky because the beginning chain goes back and forth between, chaining of 4, chaining of 3. Well, it's chain 4 for row 2, chain 3 for rows 3 and 4, and then chain 4 for row 5. So it's a 4, a 3, a 3, and a 4, if that makes any sense. But, you can always refer back to, the rows, because, I always try to do the timestamps so that you can go over it again. It's no problem. So that's the end of row 2. So we're going to keep on going so we can do a full repeat for you. Alrighty. All right, so for row 3 for the repeat, I'm going to do, like I said, a chaining up of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Turn the work. And since we have our opening right here, we need to do 3 double crochets. So we're going to have technically a total of 4. That's 1, 2, and 3. It's technically 4 because our chaining up of 3 counts as 1. Chain 1, 1 double crochet into the middle second double crochet right there. Chain 1, and then 7 double crochets into the chain 3 space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think I counted that right. 2, 4, 6. Yep. Chain 1. And then 1 double crochet into the middle double crochet of our grouping of 3. Chain 1. Okay, into the space right here at the end, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 more double crochet into the third chain from the bottom. 1, 2, and 3. Or you could always just do it into the space, but I'm particular about that. You don't have to be. I'm weird, I know. So we've got our 4 double crochets at the end. All right. You know, like, and before when I said you could end on a row 5, well, you could end on a row 3 as well. I like to have the clusters as such. I think it looks really pretty like that. Okay, so we shall move right along to row 4. Okay, so row 4 for the repeat. Going to start by chaining up a 3. 1, 2, and 3. Turn the work. And we need a double crochet, not into this first double crochet, but into the second. Because we need our 2, just like we had right down here, okay? It's always good to look at your piece as a whole and see, you know, it's like, for instance, we had our whole space here. Well, we've got one right here, and we have our grouping of 4, the grouping of 4, the 2 on the end, the 2 on the end. You know, that way you can sort of gauge, oh, this is where I'm at. You know, if ever you get lost, just look at where you are at. You know, you can find it. You can do it. So I've got my 2 doubles, chain 1, and then into this singular double crochet right here, we need a double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. So it's a double, chain 3, and another double. Okay, so we've got our open loop there. Chain 1. Now, because we have our 7, we have to skip the first 2 and then go into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th with double crochets. There we are. Chain 1. And this little guy needs company, so double crochet, chain 3, double crochet. Okay, chain 1. Now these last 2 double crochets need double crochets. Now this first one, yes, it is a double crochet. The second one, yeah, we have to go into the 3rd chain from the bottom. So, you know, as long as you're skipping these first 2 double crochets, you're fine. So going into this last one, into the top 3rd chain from the bottom. And it helps if when you're chaining up, make them a little bit loose. Me, I'm never very good at that, but I try. There we go. So we've got our 2 doubles at the end. All right, so we've just got one more row for the repeat, and that'll be a wrap. Alrighty. Alrighty, so row 5 for the repeat. Gonna chain up 4. 1 and 2, 3, and 4 counts as a double crochet and a chaining of 1. All right, so into that chain 3 space, 7 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain 1, double crochet into the middle double crochet, chain 1, 7 double crochets into the next chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, chain 1, and then last but not least into the last double crochet, because we had our double crochet chain 1. Well, we did our chain 1, so we just need to double crochet into the last double crochet, or you could say the third chain from the bottom. There we go. Just need a double crochet. Da 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 da! And there you go. All right, let me lay this out for you. All right, so I really hope you like this tutorial. It's pretty easy, and it's a pretty quick repetition, and I love how these shells are staggered and everything, and they even kind of look like little angels, these little spaces right here, little head, little wings, little feet, I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Anyway, I really hope that you liked this tutorial. I mean, I love showing you guys new stitches. Not just patterns, but stitches that you can incorporate into things that you're working on. And, it's just lots of fun, and I always love sharing with you guys. So if you did like it, please give me a little thumbs up button down below and show your support, because I appreciate your appreciation, as always. And, also, hit subscribe, because I do try to post videos as often as I can, whether it's crocheting or knitting or audiobook narration, or please visit my other YouTube channel, Fiber Spider Games, where I do video game playthrough and commentary. It's a lot of fun, and I would love to see you there too. So, until next time, I want all of you guys, all of you beautiful people, to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.